I know I've not uploaded videos in a while, but keep in mind, this one is going to be a fun one. And it's going to be ranking all of the FNAF games based off my opinion. Just generally my opinion. The rankings are Troll, which basically it's just to highlight all the Troll games, so I will basically just put a Troll game once we get to it in that section. And then but other than that, then there's the I love these games. The ones that I absolutely love the most, and things that might have more of a special place in my heart than anything else. I like these games a lot, but I don't quite love them as much. And then there's I like these games a little, but it's not too big of a liking of anything. I don't absolutely love it, but I don't like it too a lot. I don't like it a lot, but I like it a little, but not too much. And then there's the I'm okay with these games. And then there's I prefer not to talk about this game. Yeah, there's one game on this list which will be revealed that I despise so much over every other game. Okay, now let's get on to it. So FNAF 1. What is my opinion of FNAF 1? Yeah. I'm gonna put FNAF 1 in I like these games a lot. Because it just it has the nostalgic side of it. That's one of the major things that keeps it alive. And also kind of being biased since there is a movie coming out in October, which I might talk about eventually. And I'm predicting that there's gonna be a teaser trailer on June 14th, which, if you didn't know, was when the first trailer for this is. But it's not, but keep in mind, FNAF 1, it's not as nostalgically hitting me. It doesn't have the hit of nostalgia as much as people that were there for the entire fan base, for the entire time of it. I only joined briefly. I only joined fairly recently compared to the most people, but not too recently that it's where I didn't, because I ended up managing to catch up mostly on the lore and all that, and it feels like I've been there for so long. But just because I like these games a lot, it's gonna put in that game. So it's not one of my top two, but it's definitely a game that I like. Keep in mind I have not played most of the games, but I'm stating my opinions of the games just from what I've observed from all the other games and all that. It just, yeah. But FNAF 1, I like these games a lot. So it's a B tier, in my opinion. But What does FNAF 2 rank? Same. It kind of has the same nostalgic value. It's it was the thing that kind of showed it, but it's not one of my absolute favorites. Okay, this one. It's the FNAF 3 troll game. It's basically just there is no pause button, but instead of anim dude, it's anim dude, but with Freddy head. Yeah, it's essentially that. Um, FNAF 3. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but FNAF 3, you don't deserve. Just. I'm. I like you a little bit, but you're not one of the more. Oh, I like these games so much because it's like it kind of drained it down. It's too easy to play, even if I've never played it. But I plan to eventually do like a whole like thing where I just eventually finally play the games at some point, but that might be a while. But it's not terrible. It's also holds up very well when it comes to the lore, even if it doesn't end, even if it's not going to be the most lore heavy of the games, and is like that section of the timeline is kind of minuscule. Like it doesn't have a lot of lore, especially when you have FNAF 1 absorbing that lore of the Springlock incident. Yeah, there's other mini games, but tends to be the major part of the lore of FNAF 3 is the Springlock incident, and that is most likely going to is kind of absorbed with the lore of the first game. So FNAF 3 kind of. But I will say the Phantoms are an interesting aspect, an interesting concept, and kind of bring up like a concept of how are the what exactly are the Phantoms and all that. It does give a little bit of mystery, so I will give FNAF 3 that credit. And like it did also introduce the Springlock suits, the whole concept of the Springlock suit. So yes, FNAF 3 definitely doesn't deserve to be down in here, but it I don't like it a lot. I only like it a little. Doesn't mean I'm just okay with it. Okay, FNAF 4. On the other hand, love. It's it's definitely gonna be over here. Wow. I'm a big lore enthusiast, so I am putting FNAF 4 over here. No, never mind. I changed my mind. It's just going to be here. But the Halloween edition, it's a little different. Okay. It's basically just FNAF 4, but like, it's basically just FNAF 4 but reskinned and all that. But I have my own opinions about how it actually contributes to the lore. But other than that, it is practically just FNAF 4, but like looks different. But okay, that's the Halloween DLC. FNAF World. Yes, one of my absolute favorites. Like, I will not ever change my mind about this game. I love FNAF World. It's personally my favorite. Like, a lot of people may have different opinions and be like, it's not scary, it's a little different. And anytime I try to put lore implications about FNAF World, sometimes people would like, push it down and all that. But the only one that deserves to have their lore implications pushed down is this one, which I will not reveal, which I will wait my damn longest to reveal. Okay. This one. Troll. It's so that one's basically just Chipper and Sons Lumber Company, and that's the sister location. Mature, which is the sister location troll game. FNAF 3's troll game was basically like, here's a leaked version of it. Like, this is that. We leaked the version, it was leaked and all that. But it wasn't really a game. Okay. Sister location. Same level as FNAF 3. Like, I like them a little. Like it a little. Of course, this is not my perspective on the lore or anything. This is just my perspective on my opinion of the games themselves. Sister location did change things up a bit, but I don't love it. I don't like it as much as FNAF 1, 2, and 4. But that doesn't mean that it's the same opinion for the custom night. Because the custom night deserves to be up here. Completely different game, honestly. All that. Like, it's a completely different game. All that. By the way, the custom night thing is kind of misleading. You can't really customize it. You can only just choose between different challenges that you can do. But whatever. Pizzeria Simulator. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, the lore. It is like the best. Oh, damn it, I forgot Freddy in Space. Whatever, I'll look at it later. I'll I forgot Freddy in Space, but I already started recording this video. So, yeah. Scrap. Shoot. I'm not gonna swear. I'm not dumb. I know how YouTube works. Um, I. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, pause this for a sec. So, once I get to FNAF AR, I'm just gonna basically put my opinion of where I'm gonna. Okay. That's because Fury is because Freddy in Space should be in between FNAF AR and Fury's Rage, but okay. Troll game. This is the ultimate custom night demo, which is troll game. This never actually happened. I don't quite know what this one is supposed to be a reference to. I don't know which old game that previous FNAF game, previous to FNAF game that Scott made. Um, Troll, like what? I don't remember exactly which game that's referencing, but it's supposed. I know what it's supposed to be a troll of. It's the fact that it's supposed to be a demo for UCN, which never actually happened. I mean, other than for select YouTubers, but other than that, there was no demo. UCN. Oh, I'm gonna be a little harsh with this. It's actually not gonna be that harsh. It's just gonna be over here. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in like I like it a lot category, but yeah, it's decent. It's a fun game, but it can be incredibly stressful, and I still haven't figured out how the hell I'm supposed to deal with Burn Trap. Like, I don't know. I mean, not Burn Trap. After Scrap Trap. I don't know how to deal with Scrap Trap. I made a video on it a while ago, and no one commented on it, so just maybe this can like bring light to it, and I will probably include that video in the description. And speaking about putting the link of the video in the description is I'm gonna put the link to the video that inspired this video, but I'll go about that later. Or actually, I'm gonna put those things in the iCard. Okay. Okay. Should be appearing right now. Okay. Help wanted. Okay, this was kind of a little biased. It's mostly because that is the game that got me into FNAF in the first place. So that's why I love it so much. Not, and yes, of course, it's lore and like the entire thing, and I just love how one is in general. But like, I do personally have a bit of a more personal connection with Elf Wanted, being the fact that it is the thing that got me into FNAF in the first place. It's the game that got me into it. Curse of Dreadbear. Okay. Like a little. I don't. I like it more than the Halloween edition of FNAF 4, but less than Custom Night. Because it adds a little more instead of just reskinning everything, but it doesn't make it like a whole new game. So it's that's basically it for that. But okay, so there's one thing I intended not to be on this ranking, and that's not Freddy in Space. I intended that, and I just forgot, and I didn't realize it too late. But there's one thing that I will not include in this is Ruin. I'm not including Ruin because it hasn't released yet, and I can't form an opinion just from a teaser image, which I expected to come out pretty soon, like maybe this month. Definitely, it will come out this year. It's already been said, unless still being like, yeah, we're gonna postpone it, like they did with Security Breach. But we're not including Ruin. But thankfully, we are able to include Furious Rage. But oh boy. The darkest pit of hell is open to swallow you whole, so don't keep the devil waiting, old friend. FNAF AR. Yeah, Help Wanted got me into it, and I love it, but you know what I hate so much that I prefer not to talk about it ever at all, but I have to because they haven't released Into Madness yet, which is a thing that was a project that was talked about before we knew about Security Breach. I don't believe it was canceled, but instead just postponed by Security Breach. That's mainly speculation. But yes, FNAF AR is that game that I was referring to. And now, Freddy in Space, where would I put it? Most likely, um, with I like these games a little. Okay, so that's where I put Ready in Space, but this is where I'm putting Fury's Rage, because it's just like Fury's Rage. It was okay. It was an okay game. Wasn't what I would expect for a FNAF game, but again, it was Scott's apology for making Secure the Breach take so long. But again, I personally believe that Secure the Breach is right on its level. Because, oh, yes, it's a cool game. Yes, the lore is important. So I still am I still love talking. Still, personally, am okay with talking about it. But like, man, I just, yeah. So, by the way, I'm most likely going to have the thumbnail as what I save this as. So, yeah. Secure the Breach was with its glitches, and it's like, and just as the game went, had the glitches removed, it was like still quality and all that. It just showed that Secure the Breach was and all lost information. Just Secure the Breach was But I don't have the situation with FNAF AR where I outright prefer not to talk about it. But yes. Bye bye.